Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are here Sunday night, Unfiltered podcast. And yeah, we've got some more news to talk about. There's no, you don't run out of news with Man United. You know what I mean? I was speaking today to the Big Six lads. They were like, you know what, man? It's pretty dry, the content. I said, no, not for me. You know what I mean? Every minute there's something to talk about with Man United. And yeah, it's never ending. You can never enjoy your weekend in peace. But listen, that's for another story. I hope everybody's well. Double A, what are you saying, my bro? Everything all blessed? Is that the 1996-7 shirt, I think it is?
94 to 96. Close, mate. Close.
Yeah, close, yeah, close, yeah, close.
Best.
But yeah, how are you, man?
Best United home shirt of all time, by the way, just so everyone knows. Bro, I'm really good. You know, fresh from my don't know if you've seen it, my photo shoot down at IKEA in Ashton today, looking.
Yeah, I seen that.
Looking fine.
Yeah, I mean, send him the bag, man. Send him the bag, IKEA, man. He's doing your promo there. You know what I mean? I could never go IKEA, man. I don't like IKEA. A, you get lost in there. B, there's too much going on. It's a bit overwhelming. And yeah, man, when I go shopping, I'm in and out, man. I don't like to mess around. I don't like to, I know what I'm getting. I get it. That's why when I get a missus, like, first I'm gonna tell her, like, yo, you go shopping by yourself because I ain't going with you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you.
You won't have the missus for long, mate. You won't have the missus for long.
Well, that's the ground rules. I'm gonna say you go shopping by yourself, and then whatever I can provide, and you go shopping by yourself. I'm not a shopping guy.
No. To benefit, what you do is when you do indeed get a missus and you go shopping with her, you make sure she gets something for you. You know what I'm saying? While she's shopping.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Okay.
That's
so where do you go then?
The thing you need to do is remember, them brownie points you have to have in your back pocket. Oh, I'll do this for you. Let's go out to IKEA, and then let's do something I want to do, and then you got mate give and take. But them brownie points in that
100%.
Also, I don't. The Swedish meatballs at IKEA, mate, are absolutely elite. Like you halfway through, you stop at the canteen, get some Swedish meatballs. Literally, I'm not talking Victor Lindelof here, by the way. I'm talking.
No,
I'm talking food. I'm talking Swedish.
Yeah. No.
He's right though about the brownie points because it's like, you do something for her, then she gonna do something for you. You feel me? That's what it is.
Yeah,
see?
Simple.
See? And you've even got a female in the chat talking about the meatballs are fire.
Yeah, listen, man. Shout out to meatballs, balls, but you know what I mean. Shout out to that. Flawless. Let's carry on. Yo, what are you saying? Flawless?
I'm blessed.
Because it's gonna get messy. That chat. You know what I'm saying?
This is another one. This is on Filtered podcast. That is blessed. I'm blessed though.
Come on.
Big up to having man on here as always. Always good to see Double A as well. Shout out to Andy Tate. You can't make it every single time as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up Andy Tate as usual. But yeah, like, listen, it's got to that point where we're talking about meatballs and we're talking about madness, and you know what I mean. It's all going crazy, man. It's all going crazy in the United fan base. But this is how we have to keep ourselves going. You know what I mean? We have to laugh through the hard times. You know what they say, right? If you don't laugh, you're gonna cry, man. You know what I mean? And that is Manchester United right now. So big up to everybody tuning in on a Sunday night and wanting to hear about United. I salute you lot. It's bad enough doing content, but the guys that are watching it, salute to you lot. Make sure you do like the video. That'll be appreciative. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the guys' channels as well. Links are in the description. Antony statement, people. We got an Antony statement. We've got another statement. People, we've actually got another statement. We've got more statements. I keep saying it to you, people, than wins. We've got more statements than probably trophies in the last 6 years. I don't even know if that is even true, but we've got too many statements and it's getting too much. But let's go to Manchester United's statement before we get Antony. You know what? Let's go with Antony's statement first of all. I have agreed with United to take a period of absence while I address the allegations made against me. This was a mutual decision. I want to reiterate my innocence of the things I have been accused for, and I will fully cooperate with the police. So that is his statement. Then we got Man United's statement, because Man United love to get involved, and they say, you know what? If you're making a statement, why don't we make a statement? You know what I mean? Like, can't be enough statements out there. You know what I'm saying? So they say Manchester United acknowledges the allegations made against Antony. Players who have not participated in international matches are due back training on Monday. However, it's been agreed with Antony that he will delay return until further notice in order to address the allegation. As a club,
your mic's going funny.
You might
Your mic's going funny.
Is my mic going funny?
There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. As a club, we condemn acts of violence and abuse. We recognize the importance of safeguarding all those involved in the situation and acknowledge the impact these allegations have on survivors of abuse. Oh, it's a lot to take in there. But Flawless, I come to you first. What do you make of this again? Like, is it the right decision? What's your thoughts?
I was going to say, very, very surprised that Manchester United actually got to the right decision. This is the correct way to approach this. We don't know if he's guilty or not. The investigation is ongoing, and that's what Antony mentioned in his statement was, I want to clear my name, so I'm going to take a leave of absence while this is going on to take away any potential issues on the club. We got enough issues on the pitch. We got enough issues off the pitch outside of this. So the last thing we need is more issues. So the fact that Antony and the club, and he said it was a mutual decision, came to this decision, spot on. And even with the club statement as well, no issue with that. Smart, shrewd, dealt with efficiently. I'm in shock. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought this was going to be one of those that dragged on and like they were like, oh, we're going to still play him. Like, we just seen them mess up the Greenwood situation, which is very similar to this one. So they're clearly learning, whoever's involved, and they've dealt with this. No complaints. And that's not me saying he's guilty or he's not, people. Like I said, investigation is ongoing. He should be allowed to clear his name. That will happen or not. Like, he'll get found guilty or he won't get found guilty. So that's where I'm at with it. But yeah, him taking a leave of absence, I think is best for all parties involved. It's best for Antony, it's best for the manager, best for his teammates, the club, the fans, everybody.
Let me devil's advocate on this one situation here. And I know it's probably not the best time to do it, but you know what, Double A? Let me ask you a question. Obviously, he is now innocent, obviously, until proven guilty. Do you agree with Flawless in that sense of, you know what? Would you kind of put more pressure into the situation? Because if he's out absence, then the rumors are, is he going to play, is he not? When if he plays, it's like, well, it's continuous normal, etc., etc. Yeah, I mean, because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, yeah, it's the right decision. But I still think we're going to still get circus around it. We're still going to get news around it. And obviously, United, as a result in this situation here, have another winger not playing for Manchester United and one of Ten Hag's guys. But where do you switch? Where do you kind of look at it, bro?
You know, sorry, when he started talking, then he said, "Can I play devil's advocate?" I thought he was going to say the exact same thing as me. I think they have been told that he's going to get charged, and that's why they've brought this forward now. I'm just, you know, like I say, playing devil's advocate.
No, it makes sense. So it kind of makes sense. I get where you're coming from.
Have they been told he's going to get charged? So they're getting ahead of it now. So there's not all this furore about, right, well, now he needs to be suspended. It's we've given him a leave of absence, like, because, you know, over if we name the two players, Partey and Basuma, never had to have a leave of absence to address their accusations. They may not have been as high profile as Antony's, but yet they were still allowed to play up until, you know, like nothing's happened. The Greenwood one was very different in that everything was sort of thrown out onto social media very, very quickly and charged very quickly, and therefore he had to be suspended. With Antony, it's still, like Flawless said, it's still under investigation. I think they're privy to information that, yes, this looks like it's going down the route of him being charged. Let's get ahead of it so we look like we're doing the right thing between Antony and ourselves. So we try and come out looking like they're good guys. I think that's what it could be. I think we could see in the next week or so. Yes, chat, I know Partey was never named, but come on, don't play dumb. I think, you know, we very well could get charged very, very soon. I mean, for him to come out on TV, weirdly come out on TV and start sort of denying everything, is very strange. That seems like you're trying to
jump ahead. Who's allowed him to happen? That how's that been allowed to happen as well?
I imagine the club know about that. They must do. They must know about that.
Even that's a bit negligent, like to go out and do an interview while there's an ongoing investigation.
He might have done that of his own back, potentially.
It's not if he has. It's very naughty.
Which is potentially, like, because that could force someone to do that. Like, if he, like, because obviously he believes he's innocent, whether he is or he isn't.
Yeah, of course.
He's like, you know what? Forget all this waiting around. Like, I'm gonna go and speak up myself and say I'm innocent. On
she did the same.
Yeah,
she did
whether
the
it's the
same.
right move or the wrong move, what I'm saying is I can understand that thought process. And I think the reason why we've also, what Double A saying could be right in regards to maybe he will get charged. But I think because we handled the Greenwood situation so badly, when I say that, I'm talking about the club, they were like, let's just cut our ties with this now. They are not trying to go through that all again. The amount of bad PR they got over that, they're not trying to have that straight after. Because this is legit. Greenwood thing is just finished. Antony. They ain't trying to go through this
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, no, 100%. They're not going to go through this again. That's why it's kind of like they want to do it now. And I think in generally, I agree the notion that we've got to get him out of the firing line right now. In terms of the club, don't need this mess. Ten Hag don't need this mess anyway. You know what I mean? But it's another messy situation, man. Like, who would have thought after the Greenwood situation there'll be another situation like this? Like, I don't think anybody thought this. Like that Greenwood one was a shock to everyone, and it was almost like so absorbing and so, I don't know, man. It split the fan base when you deep it, man. Because obviously people were saying, "Oh, Greenwood's innocent, Greenwood's not." Then obviously moral compasses come involved, and you know what I mean. Everyone just kind of, you know what I mean. Like if you had a different opinion, it was like, right, I don't rate you, I don't do this. Like now, forget the Sancho situation because we'll get onto that as well now. But this Antony one, like we didn't need this again. But again, we don't control what happens with footballers, in it, and their lives. Like we don't know. And it's getting more to that right now as social media gets, more prevalent and, people are out there. You can see it more and more, and you get exposed more and more, but I just feel like it's tiring, man. You know what I mean? It's very, very tiring, man. You know what I mean? But again, when you look at the Man United culture, you look at what Man United are right now, like nothing should have surprised us. Like genuinely, nothing should surprise you.
Yeah, no, it
Like when I
surprises me with
look
this
at it,
club.
when I look at the problems, yeah, go on, Flawless. I don't
Yeah,
think
I was
anything
just gonna
surprised
say,
anyone.
nah, nothing surprised me with this club. Oh no, off the pitch, like you can never be surprised. Like even before this season, how many off the field issues we've had and just problems. Like I said, on and off the field. So yeah, that's all I was saying. I was just in agreement with you in regards to that. Like if something else happened after this Antony situation, not in regards to that, but I'm just saying a problem. Like the Sancho things, that's still rumbling on. There's still a question mark over that, which, like you said, we'll speak about.
Yeah, 100%, 100%, man. But it is. Yeah, there's certain people giving their advice, and then you know what I mean. You say, "Yo, listen, man. I don't know why you're giving us advice, man." You know what I mean? When your situation ain't great as well as it is, man. So it's like people are giving their say, and they're not really specialists in the subject and whatnot. It's a lot, man, to take on. And like I said, man, you know, it's when you look at his career now, Antony, like double A. I know he's obviously innocent until proven guilty. Where do you look at it now in terms of career now? Because he's in this situation. It's like apparently there was meant to be a third woman coming forward today and giving an interview. So that interview might come out where we're live. You don't know yet. There's
Portuguese
another woman
TV,
that,
wasn't it?
yeah,
Portuguese TV.
Portuguese TV.
Yeah,
So she might come out. And then she might go back again. If she feels like justice hasn't been served, she might go back again and say, listen, he's lying. I want this retrialed. There's a lot, man, when you actually deep it. Like, what do you think about his career and just in general? Like, can he come back from this?
Internationally, his Brazil career might be dead in the water. I think like the fact they've cut him from the squad says a lot. They don't want nothing to do with it. They don't want the circus surrounding them. His Brazil career could be over. You think they've got a temporary manager in charge until next year, potentially when Ancelotti goes in, and Diniz, I just don't see him calling him back in. So that's a year out of the national team, and I think regardless of what happens with it, and if he's playing back for Manchester United, for a 23-year-old to not be getting picked for your national team, it is really sad. I think it's hard to say. It's hard to look that far in the future, and I think because at the moment, obviously, again, it's just a lot of mess in it that's surrounding him, and for three women to come out isn't great, and I think that doesn't look good for him. All you can kind of rest it on is he going to get charged, and does it look like something is going to happen to him? Where Manchester United are concerned, I think rightly, whether you agree with it or not, I don't. They seem to want to keep players around regardless of what follows them. Not very good at doing the homework on a player's personality, players' behaviour, players' reputation. Don't seem to, considering some of the bad egos and personalities we've had at the club, considering, what happened with Greenwood, and they were looking to bring Greenwood back until the fans kicked up a fuss. I mean, if the Glazers are still in charge, I have no reason to believe that Antony will just come straight back into the team. I don't think, considering he's on a massive contract, massive wages, they've bumped up his wages from 20 grand to 200 grand. Do you see them cutting ties with a man like that with 4 years left on his contract, however long it is? And listen, I'm not sitting here saying Antony's guilty at all. I can't say it. I don't know. All I can go off is what you see in the media, and he's putting out. He's clearly, I don't know. It's one or two ways you can look at the interview. Is it he's doing it to get ahead of it because he wants to show people that he definitely isn't guilty. He's definitely not done this. I don't want, a lot of people saying it to us last week. Floyd's talking about Sancho. We don't want people talking bad on your name, and he's out there straight away trying to dispel these
straight
rumors.
away. Yeah.
But then is it like he's trying to get ahead of it because he's trying to put it in the atmosphere that he's in the right, despite of evidence that might be against him. At this point, you have to sit on the fence. You can't take a side because you don't know enough. It's not.
No, we don't know enough. 100%.
And I'm not taking sides. Antony's a player. I wanted to come to the club, and I was happy he was here. But at the same time, I don't know him. I don't know him like that. No one knows him like that. And it's worrying that both the Brazilian police are looking into it as well as GMP. That spells that there's definitely a lot more there.
Yeah.
Than you
100%, man.
Listen, but he's 23 years old. It's hard to say how his career will go after this, but it's just mad. And again, it's just
what's mad as well?
There's more dirt on the name of Manchester United that we just do not need, as you've said.
Yeah, of course. Big up to Sunshine FC, but this Marcus said that the team doctors potentially cover up the incident and the CCTV footage to clear that one up, stat. You know what it is for me? That one as well. Maybe Man United are suspending it because they're in the shit as well. Like, so they might be saying, to the TX girlfriend, we're gonna just, we're gonna take a little bit for you here. So we'll suspend him, and we'll do what we need to do. And obviously that's been agreed with Manchester United as well, because obviously Antony might have told or club doctors, we don't want to get you to a hospital, etc. We'll bring you club doctors instead to kind of cover it up in that aspect. So when I look at it, and I come to you, Flawless, like Man United, they're in this shit as well, man, because they're looking like, we need to find out what we need to do as well now, in terms of if we're in trouble and we did what we did, then like that's on a whole new level peakness for United.
Facts. Look at all the layers to this. It's like an episode of Ronaldo SVU. We're just missing the sound, the dum-dum. That's what this is like. What Double A was talking about there in regard to the Brazil. I didn't even know about that in regard to the Brazilian police, and they're looking into it and things of that nature. So you have Brazilian police over there. You've got obviously police over here looking into it. You've got allegedly another woman doing an interview. Manchester United covering stuff up. What is going on? What? I thought we were a football club. What happened? When did it change?
Now, we're Netflix, man. We're Netflix.
What happened?
Real Housewives of Atlanta. Real Housewives of Atlanta. I used to watch that back in the day.
We are keeping up at Carrington, man. I've said that before. That's where we're at. But in regards to Manchester United and if we're involved, that's terrible. Adding the fact we was trying to bring back Greenwood, and then that went west. If our doctors have been involved, and CCTV, like that comment said, would show if our doctors did go and try and cover it up. If we've done anything to try and cover it up for Antony, not let it be known to the authorities about certain pieces of information, we are definitely in trouble. Especially if the woman's put it out. Like I've heard, like one of the alleged victims, she mentioned about the club doctors. So it's kind of like. But it wouldn't surprise me. Manchester United just making terrible decisions. Like apparently not letting her go to the hospital because they didn't want it to get. No, man, get that man help. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, if Antony is guilty, don't stop trying to cover it up for him and get him help. That's what it is. Let him face whatever punishment the case may be and get him help. That's what it should be. But hey, but like I said before, nothing surprises me with this club.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think you're spot on, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, someone say they crime watch FC, bro. Like you gotta remember that guy who was a paedophile. Obviously, he came to Old Trafford and Man United didn't know about it. You know what I mean? And that's mad in itself. You know what it is with that one, yeah? Like, I just look at it, I'm like, bro, like, you wouldn't surely know, like, what's going on with my man. Like, come on, man. Like,
Again,
and if it is,
Saeed,
that's to the
nothing
gross
surprises.
negligence to the highest order.
Yeah, nothing surprises me with United though if somebody missed that. Even though Manchester United do their due diligence and they monitor everybody and do, it wouldn't surprise me if that got missed.
Yeah, I do my due diligence. I don't bring no one on this channel who's got a track record or whatnot. Like, you know what I mean? I don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Scout,
And this is
you know
me.
What I'm saying?
I'm not even an organization.
Yeah, you'll watch them on their own channel and be like, all right, let me see if this person's any good. Let's see if there's anyone who knows them as well, so they can kind of vouch for them type of. Yeah, you're spot on, man. Spot on.
Yeah. Listen, that's what I'm saying. That the board is so incompetent, man. But sometimes I'm like, yo, did they do this like, on purpose or something? Like they're trying to miss something, so then we can talk about it, and then that brings more kind of like, I don't know, man. Because for them, someone said to me today, yeah, like, do Man United do these kind of things on purpose? And do they? I said they thrive off stuff like negativity and like what's going on behind the scenes and this statement here and that. I think they thrive on negativity. I really, really do. Because at the end of the day, bad press is good press to them. You know what I mean? They are like, you know what, man? If people are talking about Man United, that means we're doing something right. Yeah, that's what we're doing something right. Now, this kind of way of thinking is probably what they kind of want. They don't want, you know. They don't want, you know.
I don't think they see good and bad press. They just see press. It doesn't matter if you're talking about United in a negative or a positive way. It's clicks. They've even come out and said it. Like was it one of the when they posted all the sort of financial results and all that, they were talking about how United were trending so much on Twitter and how many tweets certain hashtags got. There was a signing. Who was it? Was it the signing of Falcao, or there was someone signing, and they were talking about how it was the most liked tweet or this and this. That's all they care about, because you know United, how badly they run a club. They're very smart on social media and like you say, news, and they keep their ear to the ground, and they have, you know, they must be monitoring Twitter and Instagram and TikTok all the time. They know exactly what they're doing in that regard. All they care about is Manchester United getting pressed, and they clearly don't care if it drags the name into the mud, because that's what they've been doing for 18 years. So listen, it's nothing. We've said it so many times, but it's the honest to God truth. Nothing will ever change in what happens in this club until they are gone. Like some people are saying, it's rotten to the core. It's just a club full of wrong'uns, like someone said. Apparently there's some good people that work there, but I think there's a needle in a haystack. It's filled with people that are more concerned with spreadsheets and money than they are about anything to do with football. It's like the football gets in the way of them making money, and you know, them having to fork out money for players when it could be going in their back pocket. We clearly see they ain't going to put money into a training ground or put money into a stadium. They're here for one thing and one thing only. And listen, if they can get press out of Manchester United going through tricky times, they know that's probably going to earn more clicks than if Manchester United are winning the Champions League. So what have we seen in the last 18 years? What's the constant every single season or every 2 seasons is that people at Manchester United are rubbish and are constantly being destroyed and built up and built back down in a manager's second season. And listen, this season has fallen off a cliff way quicker than I could ever imagined it happening.
It's mad, you know.
4 games in, and I'm looking forward to 24, 25. I can't even lie to you.
I'm serious, you know.
Serious.
I'll be real with you, you know. And you know what? Big up to everyone, by the way, here. 1.4K in the building. And we're not even reaching 300 likes. Guys, we need them likes up. So right now, hit the like button, people, man. Let's get them likes up as soon as you can. But you know what it is, yeah? It's 4 games in. It's what? A 10th of the season or something like that? Like, it's crazy, you know. It's mad, you know. Like, it feels like you've had problems for a whole season. And I'm like, bro, it's only September. Like, I had to just tell myself, yo, listen, brother, wake up, man. There's another 9 months of this. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't gonna be like we're saying, like, you know what, man, this is typically what happens towards the end of the season, and then you kind of like, but bro, you don't know what's gonna happen the next window. You know what's gonna happen the one in November, bro. It's like we don't need this. We need to be talking about football. We've got so many games coming up. We got Palace twice. Got Champions League in between. Like we got a lot of games, bro, and we need to focus on what's going on the pitch. Because right now we are 11th. We've had 2 wins and 2 losses. And you know what? Right now, the way Man United are playing, you don't know when the next result's going to come. Because every single point this season, we've had to work hard for. We've had to work hard for Wolves. We've had to work hard for the Nottingham Forest game. We've had to work hard for them. It's not been a case of, you know what? I could sit here, yeah. We could be Man City, and we could have Pep Guardiola, and we could be winning 4-5-0. And anything off the pitch, you're like, you know what, man? Yeah, man, don't worry about that. But we're scraping wins, and we still haven't got our kind of first 11 on the pitch because we've got injuries and whatnot. But, like, you know what I mean? These are not situations where you know, off the field stuff will have kind of overweigh what's happening on the football pitch. And then what will happen after that is, you get me? Everyone loses that kind of mindset, and we're done when you deep it.
Well, if we struggle to get wins in our next 3 games, I'm giving it. It's gonna be meltdown at Old Trafford, mate. It's gonna be a serious. And I don't even mean against Ten Hag. I mean, I think is it tomorrow? The 1958 are putting out their next implementation of protests and things like that. I think they've been tweeting the last couple of days. We saw how well the sitting was. You know, I was involved in the sitting and it was really healthy and stuff like that. And it was nice to see so many different ages. Not only, you know, you think it's just young kids who haven't seen United win and been told United win, blah, blah, blah. You know, good age range there. I think it could get very ugly. I can see more games being called off. I think that's how far it's gonna go. There's an ugly tone and an ugly smell, and I don't mean just naturally because it's Trafford, because Trafford's not that bad. Around Old Trafford and United at the moment, and I feel like, mate, so we need some good news. We need something to, you know.
Need a good
result.
I
ain't no good news, man. You tell me the last time we've had good news. Have we had a good news?
I can see this week more leaks or more briefs about potential sale. They need to flip it now. We've had 3 weeks of really bad press.
There ain't no sale happening, man. It's sale, mate. I'm telling you, man. You might get a sale in Tesco. You might get a sale in Lidl. You might get a little cheeky discount in Asda. But you ain't getting no sale in Man United, mate. That's all I'm telling you guys, man. Like, I might get a sale. Yeah, I might see a little cheeky yellow little sticker on a barcode in Asda. You know, I mean, you might get a little one there, but you see United,
the sandwich is running out that day.
Nah, not really with the sandwiches. I don't, you know what I mean? Because I always think, you know, it might be a bit dodgy. But if there's a little cheeky sale on something else, I'm like, you know what? I might grab that. You know what I mean? But I tell you what, man, it's like, you ain't getting a sale at United. This sale for me, they've created more headlines and the shares have gone up and down and whatnot. Because 1 minute it's high, 1 minute it's low. But also, you know what I mean? The story around United, like, we've given Glazers more kind of like eyes and ears when we don't need to. We just need them to get packing and going.
Here's what it is with the takeover. Obviously, this was going to take a long time. Regardless, even if the Glazers wanted to sell them, was open about selling and let us know, this was never going to be a quick thing. This was going to be bare minimum of a year. I don't know if it's because people look at Chelsea's sale. Bear in mind, like, they froze Roman Abramovich's bank accounts. That's why that sale got sped up. If that was a normal sale of Chelsea, that would have taken much longer. Like I've said, I've used this example, before. I use it again. Go to your bank and try and move £1,000 from one account to another account and see the amount of stops that you get. Now look at what we're talking about with Manchester United. You cannot just move money around. If you are buying Manchester United Football Club, that is not a simple transaction. That is not like going to Asda and buying a sandwich. That's not like going to Asda and getting a discount on something. They are dotting every I and crossing every T and cross-referencing everything. We're talking potentially, to my knowledge, the biggest sale of a sporting institution ever. We're talking maybe 6 million, maybe even more. This was always going to take long. And what Saeed said in regards to stocks and shares going up and down, 99 99.9%, almost even the closest you can get to 100% without it being 100%, whatever that number is, don't know what they are talking about in regards to the sale. I've said this from the jump and I will say this now. We've even seen Rio Ferdinand, who has people close to the situation, get it wrong. Remember when Rio Ferdinand came out and stated something's happening? And he's someone who I looked at and went, if someone has people close to the situation, it's you. So even the people he banked on, for him to publicly say that tells you all you need to know. So United fans, relax. It was never going to be a quick sale. This is why I never got gassed up. This is why I was never sat here saying, oh, we're going to get taken over by Sheikh Jassim. I wasn't like other content creators who was, you know what I'm saying, in particular Liverpool content creators dressing up in the Arab attire thinking they was getting taken over. Relax. That's all I'd say to United fans. Relax. Let's just wait and see. There's no point stressing, man. Serenity prayer, innit? Serenity prayer. For those that don't know that, go read the Serenity prayer and you'll feel better about the situation.
Bro, we gonna need every prayer, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, it's one of them, but
that's the way forward, man. I'm telling you, innit? That's the
bro.
That's the way forward,
the prayers
man.
are not. You know what I mean? I told you, man. When you look at it, man, they're not. I get it. You know what I mean? People, the devils and whatnot. We're already associated with the Red Devils anyway. But we had that thing on the front. And it's, since that day, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It ain't looking right, man. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I think for me, when you look at everything in totality, man, and everything around it, man, it's very, very hard to be positive about Man United. I can be positive about the manager. I'm like, you know what? I back the manager. I believe in the manager. This is a manager who backs down quickly. He's very, very robust. But bro, when you look at everything around him, it's like a when you got that person and they're chilling on the swing, and then the house is burning on the back of them. That's what United is at the minute. You know what I mean? He's trying to manage it the way he can, but the house behind him is burning. And people can say, "Oh, he brought some of these players in and da 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 da," but bro, he never had intention for it to be like this mad Maguire situation, Ronaldo situation. Like I feel like he gets over one situation, another one develops. He gets over one situation, another one. Like, it's mad, when you deep it, like, he gets over one situation, another one develops straight away, like every single time. And this is why I feel for the manager. I do feel for him. I really do.
That's why you get paid the big money. I do feel for him, but this is why you get paid the big money. You get paid the big money to deal with difficult situations of being Manchester United manager. It sucks. It's not ideal. No, of course not. You want him to focus on football and things. However, we are a circus. We knew that he would have known this beforehand because I'm sure he did his due diligence. He probably wasn't expecting all this, but expect the unexpected, especially in the world of football at the highest level. Like I said, serenity prayer, people.
You shouldn't expect this though. This is next level. This is. Ever you remember Dream Team, Harchester United?
Yeah. I remember that. My Carl Fletcher and that.
Yeah. This is like Monday Bandeli and all that. This is like episodes of that, mate. Like. This is ridiculous. So, like, obviously, when he came here, the Maguire thing and the Greenwood thing had already happened. So, he's kind of walking into them situations. Ronaldo is Ronaldo. And then you got Antony and Sancho. I mean, the guys had to deal with a lot. And it's more than most managers should ever have to deal with. Some managers go through without any turmoil or anything like this happening. Mate, Ten Hag's been through the ringer. I really do feel for him. But all he's trying to do is be a football manager. Do you know what I mean? Like, man, just let me play some football on the pitch. But then, even then, like we know, we are a circus from top to bottom.
By the way, how did this journalist find this out? By the way, the club was unable to sell jerseys bearing Hoyland's name for over the month because there was no O in stock. Like, how do people know about that? Like, how does that get leaked out? I don't
maybe
understand.
There isn't, because the letters are printed on. Maybe that's not. I don't know. Is it not on the machine? Is that what it is? Or is the machine for a keyboard? Is it? I don't know how it works.
Nah, you have to get them printed. They're like flocks, so they're already printed. But
so that's what it is. They probably don't have that regular there printed then.
Bro, do you know what they probably were doing? They probably had the normal O's, and they were getting the staff to draw a line with a Sharpie.
Has no one else got a name like that in the squad with the kind of line? I don't think anyone else.
Nah, but Solskjaer used to have the A and the E that's together, like the
together one. Yeah.
But again, you talk about due diligence. They don't do due diligence this club at all. To have that dirty man come into the club, the players they sign, and just They can't get the player's name right. That there's new signings. This club stinks.
I mean, we knew about Hoyler's going to come for a while, man. You know what I mean? Maybe get that machine ready, get that name ready. You know what I mean? Get your safety, like. I don't know, man. Maybe they haven't got Amazon delivery or Amazon Prime. You know that they haven't got fast delivery. Maybe they're doing like the long thing where they're waiting for a week instead of paying a delivery fee. Maybe they're waiting for a while to get that delivered. I don't know.
They've not even got Netflix. They're still on Love Film. They don't even know what Netflix is.
I said Love Film. You know,
Love Film. That's a throwback. You know, that's a throw. Is it even still around? Love Film, by the way. Is that still around?
That's what Netflix is. That's what Netflix.
Well, there you go then.
That's how far back they are. They're at Love Film. Them. They're still going back to Blockbuster. They don't even know what's going on.
You with the Fro Shouts, Blockbuster.
Bro, I'm telling you, man.
Dream Team was fire, by the way. Just back to that. That was a fire show, Dream Team.
That was a fire. Yeah, that was a fire, man.
Yeah,
bro. There was a lot of drama. Maybe we are Harchester United because there was one girl going out with this girl, this woman. Bro, there was a lot of drama in that one when you think about it, man. You know what I mean? So I can't lie, man. We are maybe Dream Team FC, man. It's not good, man, when you deep it. But I suppose, man, it will probably continue. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. With the Antony thing, by the way, he isn't what was the word I'm looking for? Antony remains on full pay and there's no time scale for his return. Decision signed off by Richard Arnold after talks with Eric Ten Hag. So that's what's coming out there now. But for a time scale like this, though, I think you're right, Double A. I think he may be getting charged. And you know what? They're now having to do what they did with, obviously, Greenwood in that. When he was charged, he was then obviously suspended. Not playing.
But they've not worded it as a suspension, so it doesn't look like a suspension. What they've said is, you know, it's compassionate leave. It's not a suspension, so you know, he's got big up Lewis.
Well, listen, careful loses Chambers. The last time they won a trophy it's a long time away. It's nearly approaching 10 years, you know. So I wouldn't talk if I was you.
I think we were still using Blackberries. You know what I'm saying? Them times. You know,
yeah, man.
Last time
Blackberries, man.
Yeah, Blackberry hack.
Bro, 2017. That's coming up to, you know what I mean? It's, you know what I'm saying? We're getting there. It's 7 years, not 7, 8 years.
That might have been a reach, people, but we're gonna reach. You know what I'm saying?
Are we gonna reach, man? Because that will get 10 years.
We gotta reach.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm saying so. Nah, I hear you, but go on, Double A. I was gonna say you was gonna say something there.
I can't remember where I was now. You were talking about him being Antony being charged. Yeah, but they've not put it down as a suspension. It's compassionate leave, so they get away from him looking like, you know, the club look good in it. They're not having to force a player to be suspended. They'll still be classed as, like, say, compassionate leave and that. But I do feel for him to come out so quick that you got to consider how long that ex number 11 situation went on running for, and the club never said anything really, did they? Do you know what I mean? It was one of them, and I just think for him to do it so quickly like that, I think something's coming, and I think this week or maybe next week we probably hear that he's probably been charged, and the club don't have to worry about calls or people on the neck trying to say he needs to be suspended or whatever. It's just why can't we just talk about football, man? Why can we not just talk about football?
Nah, football secondary. Football secondary, people, man. Football is secondary, and you know, everything off the field becomes big because you look at it with Maguire Situation. You know, that was obviously, you know what I mean, everything around. You have the Greece situation when he came back, captaincy, to England, everything off the field. You know, a lot of what our problems is off the field. Maybe there isn't the correct people around the club. You know, maybe there isn't. You have the manager, you have the player. The board has to be the middleman. The board, Richard Arnold, and all these guys, Myrtle, the football director, who, you know, Myrtle, what can you do your job, please? Can you be the middle person? Like, maybe there is no middle person. Maybe there isn't kind of a person who's not biased. You know, you have to, for me, yeah, if you're one of those people, yeah, when you see a problem and you take one side, I don't think you're doing your due diligence. I don't think you are being a reasonable person because you're not seeing both sides of the story. You're taking one person's side. John Milton needs to be that person where, you know what, I am that guy that I'm in the middle and I don't take sides, and therefore you can come to me or and you're not, I don't think you're stepping on toes. I don't think you are stepping on Ten Hag's toes. You're just telling Ten Hag, if there's a player issue right now, we're going to deal with it internally. It's going to be a situation where we talk about it, and then we go from there. Because at the end of the day, you still are an employee, Ten Hag. You still are an employee. At the end of the day, you're not above the club, are you?
Yeah, that's true.
Bro, John Murtagh is an absolute. I hate him. And listen, because he's a fair weather director. You only ever see his name linked to something after we've signed the player, and he's like, "Oh, we've been tracking him for time. He's such a superb." He only talks after a signing. That statement about Antony should have his name attached. Why are you only there on the sunny days when United don't have that many sunny days? First of all, we're in Manchester, so we don't have that many sunny days anyway.
That's a fact.
So step up, and again, we'll talk about meatballs. Show your meatballs, and act like an actual proper director, and show that you're not only here when we sign in players. Like, mate, I hate it, and that stinks. That statement sounds like it sounds very similar worded to the Rich and Arnold one that we got about Greenwood. You know, it was halfway through.
Oh, that was a weak statement. You
didn't even think he was getting suspended. I was like, he's talking about this, and then only at the bottom he said, "Oh, he's been suspended." And this was very similar. It's like players are due back on Monday. Who gives a fuck? Why are you telling us about that? Who cares what day we're back? We're talking about Antony, weirdo. And it's very similarly worded, and they wind me up. Honestly, they wind me up so much. It's like,
get off your chest.
Why can you not do things properly and accordingly? Even if you have to, tail between your legs, just go and speak to a club that's well run and say, "Listen, Chelsea." Oh, no, I was going to say Chelsea. That's not right. No, what am I on about? Arsenal or City. Well, maybe not City, but just a club. Brighton. Go and speak to Brighton and say, "Listen, we need your help. How do you do this? You know, like, you ever seen that GIF of Mr. Bean when he's cheating and he's looking over at the guy's test and that? Just do something like that. Just go and cheat on someone. Just go for a meal with one of them and say, "Oh, we got this real issue at the moment." I'm just like, off the record, what would you just take down the homework? Just listen and then try and bring it into your own life. Or, weirdly enough, just fucking employ someone who can do the job properly at a high level. Like, I mean, why are we having to continue with these nobodies that don't know nothing about football or the football world? They're all mates from Woodward and just idiots that don't have a clue what they're doing, fumbling around like that. Like, man, it's any other club, I'd be laughing all day long at this, and it's right.
But they're laughing at us now. They're laughing at us now,
and that's all you have to do, mate. Honestly, you have to laugh, because if you don't, mate,
you know what I think as well, guys. Yeah, Man City fans feel sorry for us now. I was with Big Steve on Thursday, yeah, and he didn't even really cook me that well. I don't think he cooked me. He just was like, "Listen, man, I actually feel sorry for you. Like, you lot are so bad. You lot what we were." But I said, "You weren't that bad. Like, you were bad, but you were shit, and nobody knew you." Man City back in the day. Let's be honest. Like, obviously, locals knew it in Manchester. We knew down, you know what I mean? These little, these Man City down here. We don't really know.
The smelly kid in school, you can say it. That's what City fans were. The smelly kid in school. Paul Skelton. Every time I look at a black and red City shirt, I smell Paul Skelton. Dirty. City fan.
But that's what I'm saying. But now they're looking at us thinking, "You lot are just a mess." Like, they just say, "You lot are just a mess." That's all they say now. You lot are just a mess, and you know what? What was it? They've gone to the point now where they pass beyond bantering us. Like, they've gone past it, and I think for me that's a low. I think there still needs to be a situation of, nah, man, like, finish me off, like, keep doing what you're doing. I don't want someone to feel sorry for me, because you know what I mean. Like, that just shows who we are. Little Man United. I don't want to be that little club anymore. I want to be still that club that has a bit of integrity. But bro, that integrity is gone, mate. That integrity, I'm sorry, man. It's not there anymore. And I can't back the club.
United. Oh my God.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. When people say to me, "Oh, but say you're not backing United enough," I say, "Listen, man, I don't think there's anything to be back. Ten Hag, the players, I can do that. I can do that on a one-off situation, wherever you want to go. Back the manager, I can do all that. But as a club in itself and the toxicity around it, nah, man. Miss me that shit, man. Miss me with that. Sorry, man. Like, miss me with that, bro. Like, I ain't gonna back it. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna say it's all right, and I ain't gonna do what other people do and say, "Listen, man, we're still Man United." I'm not gonna do that anymore, because I just think, you know what? It ain't getting me anywhere. because every time I do it, I'll get slapped in the face.
Yeah, facts.
So
don't back this team. Don't be doing that. Don't be out here back. They gotta give you something to actually like back. That's what it is. Bring me give me a rock to actually bring to the gunfight. You know what I'm saying? I've got nothing at this moment in time. Bring me a rock.
That's mad.
At least I can throw the rock.
You go, rock.
We even got the rock to bring to a gunfight. Last season we actually had a knife. Now we just got nothing.
No.
So I'm not fighting. I'm staying inside.
Also, I have to call out this De Zerbi and stuff. Do you realise if De Zerbi come in, he's gone in 2 years as well? No one is.
That's what I keep saying. I'm just saying, please come back to reality.
I'm glad you said this about this De Zerbi thing, because yes, De Zerbi, don't get it mistaken, people. De Zerbi, I think, is a very good
Potter, what's De Zerbi?
He's doing that's to an extent as well. He's doing a very good job at Brighton. Stop using Brighton as a bar and to Manchester United. The pressure you are under at Manchester United is so much more than Brighton. It's a completely different conversation.
Bro, it's mad.
He can have a bad De Zerbi could have a bad result and at Brighton, and it's getting forgotten the next week. If you have a bad result at Manchester United, it's still being brought up. People still bring up the fact that we lost to Liverpool 7-0. Nobody brings up the fact they got packed on their own patch 5-1 by Everton. Sean Dyche's Everton, who was battling relegation. Nobody brings that up. Bear in mind, that's the result that saved and kickstarted Everton staying up in the division as well. On their home patch. Let us get packed 5-1 at home to Everton. Sean Dyche Everton, by the way, people. Same way they just got packed 3-1. They just got packed 3-1 by West Ham on their home pitch, and nobody says anything. We got more criticism for beating Forest 3-2 than they did for losing to West Ham at home. Bear in mind what I just said, people. Manchester United received more criticism for winning a game than Brighton did for losing. So let's stop using De Zerbi as an example. And in regards to still supporting the manager, yes, you can word to Matisse, you can criticize in isolation. That's what I'm doing with Ten Hag. I've criticized Ten Hag as double A, as Saeed, but I'm not sat here saying Ten Hag out. You know why? Because it's 4 games. Same way if we won those 4 games and look phenomenal, I wouldn't be sat here saying build a statue of him outside the stadium, we're gonna win everything. No, I need more of a sample size than 4 matches. But you know,
can I ask the chat just to do some homework? I know it's probably not in school. Just all of you go and do some homework. Go on Google, right, and search for when David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer joined United. So find a picture of them showing that they're a United manager. Then show a picture right at the end of the reign or after they've been sacked, and you will see what the pressure of Manchester United manager does to you. Because you look, is that picture Jose with his hair on, like it ages you. Moyes the worst. Moyes, not saying he looked young or anything, but listen, I'm just telling you, you go and see what the pressure does to managers at this club under this ownership. I'm telling you now, Pep doesn't do good stuff in it. Pep doesn't win us stuff under this ownership. No one is built or aimed for success at Manchester United. We do, and this is again a glaring realization that would depress most people. We are living off scraps of positivity, and last season is an anomaly in the thick of what is a bunch of shit. Like the fact I was looking forward to going to Old Trafford that I haven't done for 4 or 5 years.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Like
I'm looking forward to going.
And the atmosphere around there was unbelievable. Like people talking outside for 2 hours after the game. People going half an hour, 45 minutes before a game. When the season before we were just turning up 10 minutes before the game and walking straight in, not even say hello to each other. And that's what we're living off, these little bits of positivity that we get. And under Ten Hag, we were getting that. But now, the same patterns are following and forming that they do every single time we get a new manager, that he doesn't get backed. These fucking constant criticism and conspiracies and just bad news and ill feeling at the club leaks out, comes out, and everything.
No, spot on.
The positivity of last season is gone. Like, all of it is gone. We are living in the real world now, like
living on a prayer.
MTV Real World Manchester. That's what we're living in right now. We're taking it way back.
World, man.
You know what's mad?
Real world, Jesus.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's the real world, man.
That's when MTV was playing music still.
No, yeah.
Mad.
It's mad.
Bro, I'm telling you, man.
No manager succeeds under the Glazers. They just don't.
You know that, but But this is why my point was here. And by the way, there's 1.7k in here and only 530 likes. Guys, we need 1,000 likes. People, if you're watching the show right now, one click of a finger. That's all you need to do. Man. And it's hit the like button.
People, if you lot all hit the like button, you're watching this right now, we will trend. 100%. So make sure you do so. Hit that like button, man. Support Saeed. We're here bringing you great content. Even when Manchester United are this bad, we're still here providing you content.
We're still here.
We could have packed and be like,
bro,
forget about it. But we're still here.
I feel like packing it in. Content. I tell you that.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You know what I mean? But you know what's mad? Yeah, big up now. Big up. I appreciate that. Van Gaal said to Ten Hag, I think it was March the 28th. He said in a statement, or he said in a press conference somewhere. He said. Ten Hag has told Louis Van Gaal has told Erik Ten Hag he should consider declining the managerial position at Man United, and he's stating that the club is a commercial business, and he would be better off going to a football club. That was what he said in March 2022. That's wild, man. You know what I mean? And everything he's saying so far right now is you know what? It's true, man. You know what I mean? Like right now, when you look at it, he's thinking, you know what, man, bro, it's gonna age you, and the pressure around it, you're not gonna be able to build your way. And ultimately, Ten Hag, he can do what he could do, but you know, everything around it is gonna overbear the situation, man. And Van Gaal was a situation where he was in that plan. He got sacked on the spot in the FA Cup, after the FA Cup final in the press conference room, but we announced Jose Mourinho as manager shortly after. You know, so listen, man, it's mad. His own countryman told him, innit? And it's a bit of a sad situation, man, that he's saying it in front of him. It's mad. Abdish, big up to Gazan says, guys, the bottom. 1 second. Guy at the bottom is talking. Losing to Liverpool 7-0 is the biggest violation in 5 years. You can tell that no one hurts him. Love Saeed. What do you mean? You can tell that no one hurts him. What do you mean? I don't get that.
You can tell that one hurts him. He's trying to say he's hurt by the 7-0.
Yeah, of course I am.
Oh, son of hit back. Oh yeah, of course he is. That's natural, bro.
Of course I'm hurt.
Yeah,
like,
what
do you mean? Why would you? Like, what? All right, okay, fair, isn't it? I appreciate the super chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah, you know what? But you know what? Yeah. We still came on here afterwards and spoke for an hour on it. So
of course.
Oh, easy.
No hiding. Easy. There was no hiding.
Yeah, zero.
Nah, no hiding from us, man.
You never bleed
no hiding.
The soldiers and that. But of course, I was affected by losing to. Of course, I was hurt by losing to our arch rival 7-0. Of course.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with anything?
Yeah, exactly, man. No, 100%, man. We're here. Win, lose or draw, man. And man's here, innit? Man's showing face, man. Every time, every single time. One person that might show face tomorrow is Jadon Sancho. Showdown talks tomorrow, apparently happening or soon. Like, boy, Sancho, man. You know what? That feels ages ago, you know, Sancho. I can't lie to you guys, man. That Jadon Sancho saga feels like ages ago, man.
Because that was season 1, episode 4. We're now on season 2, episode 6.
What we on this season? What? Yo, listen.
Season 2, episode 6 now. That was last season,
bro.
That was the cliffhanger of last season. We're now midway through season 2. That's what it is.
Top Boy 1. Top Boy 1. That was Top Boy 1 on Channel 4. Now we're on Netflix season 3.
Yo.
So we're at.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys here. And today, I was online here, and people are still going mad at Jadon Sancho. Don't get me wrong, you can have your own opinion, and shout out to everyone here. People are going mad that he's still got it pinned on his Twitter. I'm like, what did you expect him to unpin it? I don't get it. We don't know the conversation that he's had with the manager. If he's not had a conversation with the manager, then I don't see for me why you should unpin it. Because it's like me, if I'm pissed off with someone, I'm still going to be pissed off until I talk to that person and we clear it out. I'm not going to be like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm going to let that guy know I'm cool. I'm going to let everyone else know that I'm cool. And my ego can't take that. So that's Sancho. And I don't know what he's done. But he must be still vexed. If he's still on there, they would have advised him, yo, listen, you've cleared the air now. You don't go back to the situation and still but that's how the fan base is right now. Double A, I come to you. The fan base are so mad right now, and it's so toxic. We're going on about a pinned tweet right now. It's mad.
Do you know why? Because he didn't need to pin it. Because before he did it,
I get it.
Because before he tweeted it, he'd not tweeted since, or X'd since the 6th of August, So it was always going
really need to pin it.
It's going to be his top tweet anyway.
Yeah, I get you.
His top tweet anyway.
He was making sure people see that.
Exactly.
That's
well,
exactly.
Maybe, yeah.
So to me, that's to say I am not in the wrong. I am not backing down. I'm doubling up on what I believe.
It's bigger though. It's bigger than just training. That's what I think for me. It's bigger than just training. It must be something that, you know what? Nah, it ain't about training. It's about something else, and I can't say it right now. That's what I think is.
Maybe it's
go on.
Maybe it's what Flawless said last week. It's because he feels like he's lied on his name. It's like, no, this will stay here as a statement of not only what I'm trying to say of intent, that I won't allow this to run on my name. Absolutely not. Which is,
I hear you.
I'll just come back to what I said. Just don't do it, and that's all what I'll always come back to. Just don't do it. And listen, I think we're walking in dangerous ground now because it's coming out about Ten Hag thinks it's been blown out of proportion, and he wants to get him back into the team. That to me is very much a well, he's not going anywhere anyway on his contract. He's mad. Who's going to buy him? He ain't going anywhere. That's coming from the Glazers or Murta or Arnold. Well, you're going to have to integrate him. You're going to have to come out and say, actually, I didn't mean it, and it wasn't. It was taken out of context, or it's been made more of a mess than it is. I was always going to play him again, and does that then weaken Ten Hag's position as manager? And it's like players can come out and basically call you a liar, and you get put back into the team. And I see people now saying, "Now this Antony stuff's happening. Sancho needs to wake up and do what he needs to do to get back in the team." Bun that, you're on the bench, bro. Palestri's there, starting for his national team again, constantly playing for his national team. And Uruguay are no mugs there. They might not be the best in the world, but they're no mugs. They're at every World Cup. They compete in every Copa America. They're a very good team. If he's getting into that team, how is he not playing for Manchester United right now? How is he not getting a sniff? It's unbelievable. Whether the manager clearly doesn't rate him, listen, people are, and you need to start listening to him. And for me, Sancho holds bench, and Sancho, if you're really about it, Sancho goes to under-23s for a couple of weeks, really. And then, to me, for me, I still don't want him at the club. I still want him to go. No, you can't disrespect your manager.
I hear you.
You can't disrespect.
No, I hear you. You know what? I the thing is with me, I don't feel maybe strongly about it in that way because I don't know the situation. So I would, if he's done something and I know about it and I can see it. Say now he took off his shirt in the football pitch, and you know what? It was like one of them, like to the fans, like, "Yo, sod you lot." Like, I would take it a bit personal because you're like you disrespecting the fans here. But with this situation here, it's one of them where it's happened. Something's happening behind the scenes, and right now I'm not taking any side because I don't think it's right for me at this stage because, again, I don't know what's happened. And Sancho's now alluded to the fact that he's been made a scapegoat and the fact that it's something that we don't know about and it's happening. And I really can't say at this minute. This is where tomorrow is going to be so key. If Sancho doesn't train tomorrow, boy, we're in a whole heap of trouble. Imagine Sancho doesn't train tomorrow or doesn't even turn up to train. That's where it gets a bit sticky. That's where you're like, Sancho.
Now we're on season 3 then of the drama.
But then season 3. But if you don't turn up to training, I'm gonna be like, yo, Sancho, I was backing you here, but you can't not turn up to training. It's like when you're in work, you can't just not turn into work. You know, you gotta sort it out as grown men. You gotta find out what's going on. The manager's there. If you're in the wrong or he's in the wrong, we'll find out in it. So come into training. And let's train, and then we can talk about what's going on. Because you are still an employee of Man United. So that's where I'm looking at tomorrow as how it comes across, you know, how, you know, the video comes across in terms of the media, etc., etc. You know how they're going to spin their story. So we're going to have to find out. But again, I probably agree with you. I think Pellistri should start. I want Pellistri to start against Nottingham Forest. I've always been one of the biggest fans of Pellistri. Since when he came through the door, I've been always saying it, yeah. Give him the minutes ahead of Ilango. Give him the minutes ahead of certain other players. I've been saying it, but I still don't think it will happen. I think Bruno Fernandes will play on the right, by the way. I genuinely think Bruno Fernandes will play on the right, but Tomlin will come in the middle, or Amrabat, and it will go from there. But Jadon Sancho, for me, if I'm the manager, there's 2 ways you could do it. You could put an arm around his shoulder and say, right, you're starting for me, and I back you. Or you teach him a lesson, and you say, you're on the bench, and now you have to prove yourself again. Either way, Ten Hag's the manager. He feels the way he wants to do it, it's up to him. I'm not going to say do this or do that. You are the manager. You know, you lead us the way. I think that's how it should be. But if he does it the right way, maybe in the whole situation, and says, you know what, I'm putting it around my shoulder, and you're starting. Antony's not around now. Prove yourself. And if you don't prove himself while Antony's not around, then I'm sorry. Your days are numbered if your days weren't numbered already. Yeah, and that's just the way I kind of look at it for me. But you know, it's tricky, man. I think the pressure now, I think is tenfold for Sancho. Whether he thrives on that is a different situation. But now the eyes on him even more. Let's see how he deals with it now. This is literally last chance saloon for Jadon Sancho. Again, I'm not going to say Antony's out, so that means no. It's a situation that's happened. And sometimes when situations happen, you get the best out of people. You know, you actually say, you know what? I can do this now. I believe in myself. If he doesn't now believe in himself now more than ever, after everything that's gone on now, and actually performs, then I don't think it'll happen for him. That's just the way I kind of look at it.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? So we say, for instance, everything's squashed this week, and he starts against Brighton. Are you actually confident that he puts in a good performance, given evidence that we've seen?
No.
So he puts in
I'm gonna keep it real.
So he puts in a normal Sancho performance, bro. The knives are gonna be out so quick for him and on Ten Hag because it's what he's doing. Putting back.
It should be Pelestri. It should be. I've already said this.
It should be Pelestri.
The only way,
starting.
For me, the only way Ten Hag wins in this situation is if Sancho holds the bench and he plays Pelestri, and he brings Sancho on maybe at some point, chasing a goal or maybe not chasing a goal, but winning or whatever. And then we see how he does. You put him straight back into that team. For me, Erik Ten Hag loses a lot of face and power in that dressing room, and I don't think he can afford to give it.
He would then it's dependent on Sancho's performances, because if he plays Sancho and Sancho plays well, not saying he will, but I'm saying if he plays well, then it's deemed as the right decision. Sancho all of a sudden balls out, then it's deemed like, all right, that was needed to be done. People won't forget about it. Yeah, like good and great performances mask a lot. If Sancho starts playing well, everybody's going to forget about this. Now, if he plays poorly, people are going to point to it. Like I said, do I believe it will be Pelestri? Yeah, I said this last week when we spoke on this. We should have dealt with this in the summer. I don't believe Sancho will be successful here. I think he's a very talented player, don't get it wrong. But again, when you look at the profile of winger that has any form of success under Ten Hag, it's the complete opposite. We're here talking about Pelestri, we've seen Garnacho, we've seen Rashford. They all have something in common, or have things in common, attributes in common that Sancho doesn't have. But we thought we got around that playing central, because I can see him playing, but then there was a disconnect, because he played false nine all pre-season, get to the start of the season, and your fourth choice centre forward. Because we've seen Højlund, Martial, and Rashford all play ahead of you. But
Martial I think that's low, you know. When Martial gets ahead of you, bro, I don't listen. Martial's Martial, man. But bro, like if Martial's getting ahead of you, that's wild, man. And I think sometimes if there's anyone to lose faith on, it's Martial, because this guy almost, and again, it's probably not down to him, but his injuries. Like, imagine now, oh man, you're injured again. You know what, man? I've lost faith in you. You're not starting for me, man. I'm just gonna use you as an impact. But if you're not starting ahead of him,
can I just say as well quickly? I've seen it. What day? I think it was on a space, and then a lot of people are saying. A couple of people said it in the chat here. Can we stop this whole Højlund is gonna unleash Sancho business? Because you're sounding a lot like Paul Pogba fans right now. Why, bro? We need a DM to unlock Pogba.
I might start that one.
Bro, listen,
maybe it might be though. Double
how are you saying a 20-year-old?
Maybe
kid,
I was in that space.
20-year-old kid, right, has played 25 minutes, and you're saying that's how Sancho is going to now cook for this Manchester United team.
Has he ever played with a striker? Has he ever played with a striker though? To be honest with you, let me ask you a question. Has he ever played with a striker? Ronaldo, you would say is too old.
Ronaldo's not a foil for anybody.
Weghorst. No, we're looking at Martial. Come on. I'm not saying he's done, but I'm not saying it's going to work for him. But I'm saying he's got a link man now. He's got a link man.
I get that, but do you remember we were saying the pressure is already on Højlund too much, right?
Yeah.
You're now saying Sancho makes or breaks.
Pressure's on Pelestri for the fan base.
Unless Højlund is cooking, and mate, Højlund just needs to concentrate. He's not asked. Sancho needs to play. Sancho's not done anything in 2 years. don't put it on a number 9 being the reason why he's start gonna cook, because that's bullshit. And you can talk about.
By the way, see what Hoyler's done tonight. By the way, do you see what Hoyler's done tonight?
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys have seen it. He's come out and he's spoken after the game. Yeah,
did he
and he's
pay
on
for
the
Manchester United to
microphone.
get the O's? Did he pay for Manchester United to get the O's for his name so we can get a shout out? Is that what it is?
Bro, I don't know, but he's saying here to the Denmark fans, I heard you all, and your passion is everything in football. We're going to effing win the Euros. Effing come on. Wow. And he said it to the fans in the stadium in Denmark. So we're not maybe talking about an average 20-year-old. You know what I mean? Haaland had that mindset. Why is it Haaland has that mindset, yeah? And we say, yeah, mentality. But then when Højlund does it, you know what I mean? We don't, you know what I mean? I'm not saying they're the same, but it's all about mentality. I can look at a person and they might be, let's say, 19, 20 years old. People say they're a kid, but if they have the mentality up there, that's a 25-year-old, 26-year-old.
Mentality is one thing, but you also need to have the ability.
Of course.
You gotta have and we don't know. I'm not saying Højlund does or doesn't. I don't have enough of a big sample size. Haaland can't be used as an example because he's an exception to the rule. He is a generational talent. People use that too often. You don't just get a Haaland. That is a once in a generation type player, like in terms of strike. I think Mbappe is the other one as well, but they're rare. You know what I'm saying? They're unicorns. They are shiny Pokemon cards. Like, you don't get them often. You know what I'm saying? And that's legendary Pokemon. That's Articuno. You feel me? Like what we're talking about here. Shout out to all the Pokemon fans, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's the point that I'm making. Like, that's so to say compare him to Haaland, it's unfair on him. But Højlund could, obviously, if Højlund plays better as a striker, naturally the other attackers are gonna benefit. So it's not about unlocking Sancho, but it's about improving, being a foil for others. Because that's what Ronaldo didn't do. Everybody suffered with him.
I'm very excited for Højlund. I've been following him closely since about January, and I watched that interview with him with Sky Sports on YouTube. And listen, the kid's mentality is second to none. He believes he's believed since a kid he'll get to Manchester United, and I have faith that under the right circumstances he will get there. The reason why I'm saying I don't want to put unnecessary pressure on a young football player who hasn't fully developed is I know the situation and the conditions that he's coming into, where careers at the moment are dying at Manchester United. So what I don't want to do is add extra pressure onto him by saying that Jadon Sancho will become great because we've got Højlund. No. Jadon Sancho should become great because he plays for Manchester United and he's paid a lot of money to play football. He should take it on himself. He shouldn't be relating for a player to come in to unleash him, for us to finally start to see after 2 years him showing that he's worth
unleash FC,
but the way he gets as well. Yeah, listen, Højlund's
100%.
But
Jarvis says here, big up Jarvis. He says, one bad apple spoils the bunch. A week past, tweet still stands, no play apology. Will the board back Ten Hag stance, asset or integrity? That's a good question, you know. Like, will the board do? Will the board say, you know what, come on, Ten Hag, man. Antony's out, man. You know what I mean? Let's play him.
It's a lot of guesswork because we don't know where Ten Hag stands on this. If what
there you go.
said is correct and it's stated that he believes it's been blown out of proportion, maybe he doesn't see it as disrespect.
That's what some reports have said, by the way.
Yeah, maybe he don't see it as disrespect. Maybe he sees it as rather Sancho standing up for himself. He has a disagreement. If you think players don't disagree with managers all the time, then that's crazy. And like I said, Ten Hag's opened this up. He stated this publicly. If you are going to criticize anybody in a workplace, put in your workforce publicly, manager or not, you can't be shocked when people respond back, whether it's right or wrong. And that's another thing. We don't know if Sancho's a bad apple or not. Let's stop doing that. We're not in training. We don't know him personality-wise. Like, let's stop that. We can talk about his performances on the pitch. I've been critical of his performance over the pitch. I've said countless times we should have sold him in the summer because I give him last season and he didn't perform. But let's stop this whole talk of, oh, he's a bad apple. Based off of what exactly? There's no evidence to suggest this. Stop giving
but you know what it is
like
as well.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, because you know what it is as well. Because obviously we've been through the toxicity of players not wanting to try, and we've just got a culture of, you know what, like, it's just so bad at the minute. Like we've got flashbacks, PTSD. That's what this fan base have right now. They have a lot of PTSD. They have a lot of just, you know what, this player's not doing his bit and that player. So we maybe now associating everyone with the same brush. And that's what it's gone to right now. And you know what? I don't blame fans for having that kind of mindset and that kind of opinion, but it's almost become the reality because you know what? Nothing on the pitch is doing well apart from we won the Carabao Cup, fair enough, third. But then off the field, it's weighing heavily. Again, I keep using that word. It's becoming unbearable. It's like the problem that you just can't brush underneath the carpet. You can't. Sometimes you say to yourself, you know what? I'll do it next week. But then next week comes in, the problem's still there. You've got to fix the problem. And the club won't ever do that. They won't get ahead of the situation. They'll wait for it to arise. They'll never say, you know what? We're going to be, you know what I mean, like responsible. And we're going to be like, can I do our due diligence or what? They won't do that. Like, everything you expect of the football club, they won't do. So when we hear the reality, we get shocked. And that's where the fan base have to come to that realization. Don't be shocked anymore.
The proactive and not reactive. No, the reactive and not proactive. That's the problem with it.
There you go. Reactive and not proactive. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I feel like ultimately that's where we're at, man. We are literally at that stage, man. And until we do that, nothing ain't going to change, man. You know what I mean? And the football club is just going to have that similar mindset. You know what I mean? Because the amount of names that's been put around Man United is ridiculous. It's not even Man United anymore. It's literally everything around it. Like Statement FC, this FC, Crime Watch FC. You know what I mean, bro? Like, it's mad. You know, the names, like, bro, like, you know, back in the day on Pezzo 4, what was our name in Pezzo 6 and that? What we called?
Man Red.
There's another one, though, as well. We called Brick. Was it Brick? Something.
Oh, Chad Brick.
Yeah, that was the one, yeah. Trad Brick, man. That's what I'm telling you now, man. Man United, like, you know, when Juventus changed their name, we might have to do that, you know. We might have to change our name, what Juventus did. I forgot what Juventus changed their name to, man. But I'm telling you now, man, this is what we call.
Do you remember when R9 in FIFA was just Calcio? They just changed his name to Calcio.
Calcio.
Yeah.
Mad. Trad Brick
Calcio,
United.
mate. Just transform ourselves and you know what?
We can't be called Trad Brick because the Glazers have tore down every single brick in this club, mate. We are on the floor, to be honest with you.
That's what I said, yeah. You know when United get new owners, or if United get new owners, you know, I know we want to keep our traditions and whatnot and keep everything, but sometimes, you know, when you just have to just take all the bad eggs out and just fresh start, new stadium, new kind of like stadium name. Like, bro, we might have to just change some like serious stuff, you know, within our kind of, I don't know, man, because it just feels like everything's just cursed.
We might have to do an MK Dons thing, mate, and just move across the country, I think. Start up somewhere new. Oh, mate.
Well, listen, we've got a lot of London United fans.
Leamington Spa United, eh? Let's go Leamington Spa United.
Leamington Spa United, man. Let's just move over to London, because apparently a lot of our fans are from London.
Well,
yeah, let's get a base over there. Where would you want to be based?
In
London. Where would you want to be?
Fans are everywhere. Let's not do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But, no, I get it. But that's why they laugh at us in that kind of way. Say, "Oh, your majority of fans are from London." Da, da, da. Yeah, I mean, someone say London Reds. I'm telling you, man, get somewhere in London and just have a fresh start, mate.
We'd move to North London, innit? Let them know what a European Cup looks like. There we go.
Outside the box here, guys. Now, outside the box here, Montego Bay Reds. Let's just do it. Let's go international, bro.
Montego.
There you go. Montego Bay Reds. You know what I mean? I'm telling you now, man. Like, no more derby days with Man City, because our derby days with a different team. You know what I mean? It might be like Barnet FC might be our derby or something like that, so we can just whack them every day 7-0. Yeah, or Crystal Palace or something like that. It's beat them 7-0 on a derby day, man. It's crazy. But listen, man. You know what, man? You just got to joke, man, because if you don't, like I said to you, you're gonna cry, mate. You know what I mean? It's one of them, man. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. And through these tough times, you have to find some comedy in it, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. That's why I changed my name, people, to United, from United Central to now Saeed TV. Because you know, I might do other football. You see what I've set the way. I don't just concentrate on my United. I do Chelsea, I do Arsenal. I have now become multifaceted. So Manchester United become multifaceted, you know what I mean? Try other things. Because it was United Central, but because United are doing shit, I don't have to concentrate on them every day. So one day I might say, you know what? Let me laugh at Man City. Sorry, not laugh at City because they're doing well. Laugh at, Chelsea. Laugh at Arsenal. I might, hate-alongs, shout out to Matisse. Yeah. But I might do hate-alongs, So I might not have happiness one day, but I might have it another day. So that's how we got to do in life.
Hey,
You know?
you might have had a good name for what we could have been called if we'd gone to London and United Central FC, because I don't think there's a team in Central London, innit? United Central
But there
FC.
you go. United Central FC could have been on another day, another story, man.
At the moment, you have to get away from that United name. I mean, it's one of them, isn't it?
It's one of them, man. I've took already one poster down in Antony. That was last week. Who knows, man? It might just be a blank wall. That's that.
You choke slammed it, took it down.
You know what? It's a good job I took that down, isn't it? Because listen, I don't know. I didn't know that things were gonna happen, but bro, it's a good job I took that down, mate. No,
proactive and not reactive.
Bro, this is crazy, man. You know what? Man United need to hire me, man. I'm telling you right now, man. United just need to. I have, it's crazy, man. But like I said, man,
we saw their PR.
If you look at this wall here, you've got everything here. You've got legends and whatnot. But right now, it should be blank because that's how every United fan feels about Man United. Like even your wall now, I know you've got legends there, Cantona, but that's the past. Right now, it's if we're in the present and we feel blank. Maybe, flawless. I'm telling you. Sometimes I'm looking at that United shirt. I'm like, yo, just leave it a dark screen, if I'm flawless, because that's how United are. It's a dark feeling.
If I didn't like the shirt, if I didn't like the shirt, I'd take it down. I actually like it. You know what I'm saying? I think it looks good.
Yeah, take it down, man. Everything that you've got in your houses, take it down because we feel empty. Yeah, man, take it down, man. I'm telling you, man. Obviously, mine's stuck on the wall and I need to take it off properly. But I might take it down, guys, because I feel empty.
You feel blank.
You know?
Man.
I know this has got emotional towards the end, but guys, man, maybe take your posters down and for now, just while it's shit, just we stand firm, and we know what, we just feel empty. Lazio.
Milan. Let's do
there you go.
Serie A football only.
There you go, Lazio.
Know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying, man? It's mad. It's absolutely mad. But people, that's been the end of the show. I hope you've had some sort of therapy. I think we're on 1.5k live in the building. We've not reached 1,000 likes, but please do so. 734 likes. Let's get that up to 1,000 likes. That would be so appreciative right now. But yeah, big up to the chat and big up to Double A first and foremost. Double A, big up to you, man. And check him out, his channel.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having me on as always. It's definitely not a City kit. It's Lazio. Come on, I'm not. Yeah, I ain't that guy. Do you know what I mean?
That used to look like the old City shirt, or the white one used to be. I think was it 2000. It did, so you might want to take that down. Yeah. No, the other one. No, the other one used to look like the Man City one. Yeah, that was the old Man City. They used to have one. Man City used to have one like that.
AC Milan, bro. Come on.
Was that AC Milan kit? I didn't know what kit that was actually.
Yeah, man.
I thought it was a Man City away kit back in the day. He used to have one like that back in the day, like 10 years ago.
AC Milan from this season, bro. Fire.
Yeah.
No, yeah, big up to Saeed. The two of the hardest working guys on YouTube. So make sure you are subscribing at Saeed TV and Sarcasm City TV. Two of the best. I get a lot of inspiration from these two. Big up the chat, the best chat on YouTube. I absolutely love you guys. Man. Yeah, Double A FC, the new football channel that I've started. Still not got 100 subscribers yet. I think we're on 91.
Guys, what are you playing at, man? Let me
get over 100 subs, man. There's enough in here, man. Go subscribe. Someone of the mods put his channel in the title, please. I mean,
let me. I'm getting now as well. It's in the description as well. Here we go.
The last video was about Sancho as well, so you might want to watch that. I mean, I talk about Sancho a little bit, but no, big up. If you like your kits, obviously I like mine. Talking kit as well. If I plug that as well, so. Last video I've done a YouTube on a U-turn on the new United kit and ended up buying it. And if you go on my Instagram, you'll see I did a nice photo shoot. And apparently got told off for saying this before. IKEA, apparently, not IKEA. My man voice.
Man, IKEA, man.
Apparently, IKEA.
Yeah, listen, Swedish people. Swedish. We love in Sweden.
Big up every time. Double AFC. It's a new channel for you to go and watch, guys. It's pretty sick. And Talking Kit, we do Full Kit Rankers. It's back this week. Full Kit Rankers this week. I know. Guess who we've got on? And all of you will love it because I know him. Do you know the slow-mo guy? The slow-mo.
Legend. I know him.
You must have seen it.
I've seen him.
I probably have seen it.
So he's a comedian from Manchester. I've known him for a few years. He's on Full Kit Rankers this week. So, yeah, on Wednesday, Talking Kit, we've got Cal Porter, the slow-mo guy, coming in. So, But
Man,
big
he
up
does
these
the
guys.
best slow-mo celebrations, man. I've never seen anyone better than him, man. Watch
The
him
guy's
out, people.
he's just done a full weekend at the Frog and Bucket as well. But I'm gonna meet up with him soon. I'm gonna meet up with him soon, Saeed. So you have to come and link up.
Definitely, man.
He's
100%, man. 100%. We'll definitely do that, man. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Big up to you, bro. Make sure double AFC, man. Make sure you follow him on YouTube. Sarcasm City, like I said, man. Hard working YouTuber, you know what I'm saying? You're outside every time. Big up to you, my guy, bro.
You already know, big up for having me as always. Always look forward to the show. You know what I'm saying? Even your inspirational speech there at the end. Big up to Double A every single time. Make sure you subscribe to Double A's channel. Subscribe here, though, to Saeed TV, where you catch MUFC Unfiltered podcast every single Sunday. Win, lose, or draw, we are here. And make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. Obviously, very much like Saeed mentioned, multifaceted people. Multifaceted, so covering Manchester United, rest of the Big Six, rest of the Premier League as well. And make sure you get over, follow us on Kick, people, because that's where you're getting like the non-Manchester United watch-alongs. You get NBA content, boxing content, F1, over on the Sarcasm City TV Kick. That's another streaming platform. So download the app and make sure you follow the Kick. But subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we are closing in on 8,000 subscribers. We are under 50 away now. We are under 50 away from 8,000 subscribers. So we're going to hit that very, very shortly. So yeah, man. Big up to everyone locked in.
Craig Warber. This is my favourite ever United shirt, mate.
That's a nice shirt.
Yeah.
They've got me over 100, so big up the chat. I appreciate it.
Big up, man.
Love that,
Come on, man. I remember when I hit my first 100, the best feeling ever, man. I can't lie.
All right.
Kind of
70k. Don't rub it in. Fucking hell. Some of them are starting out.
No, I'm just saying, man. Like, it's a good feeling, man. Honestly, when I like I said, I'm very, very humble. When I first 100, it was good feeling, man. Because at the end of the day, you kind of like 100 number. So man, now it's
you're very humble. You only make me call you 70k all the time. You've had me put you in the phone as 70k. Don't give me that.
70k.
Nah, we'll get there. We'll get there, man. You'll get there. Everyone will get there. Trust me.
70k Saeed, man. Love to see it.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. This is the support of the channel, the support of people in it. So I can only be blessed with that. And like I said, everyone's gonna win. You know what I mean? Because we support everyone. We don't just support one person. We support everyone because there's enough to go around, man. So big up to everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. Straight Jacket Podcast, people. I'll be back tomorrow. See you there. And we never know on the latest circus of Manchester United Football Club. Who knows? Take care, guys. Bye-bye.